Tickets on sale next week, so we are very much looking forward to that one. Of course, Roman Hifo, who is in charge of the Papakura Seagulls, he'll be coaching the Tongan team. And we'll have an announcement on the Auckland coach this coming week as well. Will be revealed of who will be leading the Auckland representative side. In the meantime, some updates from around the grounds. And out at Bert Henham Park, it is 18-all between the Otahu Leopards and the Point Chevrolet Pirates.
Wow.
Mount Albert Lions, they're up 14-6 over the Howard Hornets. That one always a tricky game for the Mount Albert Lions. Glenora firmly in control, 22-6 over the Marist Saints. So, a couple of interesting ones there. Troy Otahu, what about their start since returning to the First Division? They've wasted no time in getting back into it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think John Ackland will be happy with the progression of play for them. And, you know, up against Point Chevrolet, just as we get ready for the kickoff here, mate. We'll come back to that.
So Eko Malu gets us back underway. Bouncing kick down. It's a tricky one for Papakura to take, and I think there's, well, they may have got away with a little knock on there. And in fact, they have not got away with it because the referee on second inspection says you've dropped that, and indeed he did. Certainly came loose and was picked up by a teammate in a forward position. So great start there for Northcote. And they're going to need it because they were pretty thoroughly outplayed in that first half, really.
Absolutely. I was just about to say, welcome back in, everybody. Big thank you to Ctas, our live stream partners who are upstairs in the Cyclone, bringing you the live stream, courtesy of the Auckland Rugby League. And back to the action. Sorry about that, Corey.
Tiahu now brings Taylor Daniels into it. Good run forward there by Daniels. Vitini Bua, there's going to be a penalty at the end of that. Remembering Northcote are still down to 12 men. Casey Smith in the sin bin. So the important thing for them really, spend as long as possible on the ball.
Absolutely.
Vitini Bua goes short, brings him back inside there. That's nice work.
Good D on the line by the Seagulls.
Xavier Rice switches the direction now. Malu comes back inside. Dylan Moses hits the line, but good defensive read there by Elijah Mercury Liafa. Vitini Bua to Rice. 5 meters out from the line now. Tiaho, and around the feet, it's going to be a dropped ball. It was a poor pass from Vitini Bua out of dummy half. And it really left Tiaho with no choice. Tough to pick it up off the shoelaces there when you're looking ahead, isn't it, Troy?
Absolutely, and probably very, very tough considering they're trying to do this with 12 men. So it'll be interesting to see how this pans out.
Interesting when they got that penalty in front of the sticks. I'm kind of surprised they didn't think about taking the 2 there. You chew 2 minutes off the clock and make the most of that time where you're obviously down to the 12 men. So they're going to have to really rally, particularly if they give away a penalty here and Papakura can get down into good ball situations. It's always a big ask with reduced numbers, but in the meantime, they're looking all right, Northcote.
I won't be surprised if we see a weapon from Willie Stowers come out with a little dangerous kick. Saying that, there's a little bit of a line break.
A nice little run there, out of trouble. Vitini Bua finishes in over the top. Throws a little knee in there for good measure. Stowers kicks long. It's a great kick from Willie Stowers. It's turned Tully around. Back to collect it now. Looks up and sees a sea of white and maroon. Tully, but returns it well. Has been excellent through the first half. Fielded a number of difficult kicks and looks nice and comfortable at the back, does Tully. Here's a good run here now. Do they dare spread the ball here, Northcote? I think they're going to now. They've got speed on the outside here. Cover defence eventually comes across, but initially...
Sort of handbraked up close to the line there. Probably didn't want to slide out and over it, so they go back inside.
Daniels back towards the middle of the park. Uasi, that's a good dominant tackle by Kimi Uasi. Oh, huge contact. Jamal Hunt comes screaming out of the line and just gives it to them in the middle of the park. And I think it might have been Tamati Leach who wore the brunt of it. And again, Hunt digging that shoulder in, getting amongst it. Vitini Bua goes out the back. Malu is pursued. Hands the ball off. Dylan Moses now. They're working down the left-hand side. Moses looking for company. Kicks back towards the middle of the park. The chase is pretty good, but well cleaned up at the back by Samuel Nati,
Nice
who
step.
beats Tiaho with a bit of footwork. Classy stuff out there by Dylan Moses to execute the little numbers advantage. They've worked themselves on that left edge now. Good line speed as well by the Tigers. But what about some of those hits from Jamal Hunt, Troy? He's been excellent so far.
He
playing
hasn't
in the
missed
middle
any.
of the park.
And Tigers will be scrambling. You know, they're one man down. It's a little bit of a slow play the ball. A little bit of an injury there.
Tuhart getting involved in the work coming out of yardage now. We mentioned earlier, spent a bit of time playing with Mount Albert and Howick as well. Still only 22 years of age. There's a high shot over the top. Sydney Eni who wore it, so they're going to get penalty blown against them here, and this is where they're going to come under a bit of pressure now. Northcote, they're going to have to defend, you would think, an entire set.
They got strong wind on the back for the kick. Willie Stowles sizes it up.
Ropati gets us back underway and they go back into it. Watch these middle forwards getting a roll on now for Kura.
Great meters chewed up there.
Phoenix Hunt. Can't afford to let this guy get a quick play of the ball. He's lightning and has picked up Player of the Day votes in all 3 weeks so far for the Seagulls. Wasi to Evian Hunt. Probably didn't quite get the purchase he wanted on that one. That's an unfortunate mistake there.
Yeah,
I
he did
think
the best
by
he could,
James
I think,
Waterson.
under the pressure, eh?
Yeah, that's right. Sort of half turned, wasn't it, as he went to pick it up. So an unfortunate one there for Waterson. Not a lot he could do about that one. So Papakura now,
Tigers won't be in a big rush to get into this scrum.
absolutely, chew up every second of that clock they can. And it was just about the, I think 2 minutes to go, or 1 minute to go in the first half when Casey Smith was sin binned. So around that 48, 49 minute mark is when Smith will return. But in the meantime, his side are going to need something big here to survive. Junior Napara. Stowers turns Ropati back on the inside. One of these centres that could just as easily play in the forwards, given his size. Hunt. Uasi, who's playing a bit of a first receiver role now, thinks about spreading play on, instead straightens up. Hunt to Ikahifo, who goes out the back door now. There's a bit of a movement on here. Nati, crucial legs tackle there by Tiaho. Just got enough of him to slow him down. Napara to Hunt. Stowers goes to the line. Stowers gets it loose. Eni, Sydney Eni, palming his way across field here. They're scrambling well though, Northcote. Hunt now on the ball, puts the kick in behind. Scooped up by Ikahifo, ball is loose. Knock on
Yeah,
both
both
ways is
yep.
the call, so we'll wait. I'm not too sure. I think the first one off Papakura there.
Tiger
Troy.
man's down, he's looking sore. Something's happened there.
So well done, Northcote Tigers. They survived that one there, really just off very committed defence in particular. They scrambled very well. And if they complete this set, that should just about see them back to equal numbers on the field. Looks like Eddie Finota is back on the field as well. There's a penalty, that'll help.
Let's make sure he's found touch. He has done. Tigers on the march. 12 players on the field.
Finota, great carry forward there by the co-captain.
Look like they're going to shift blind.
Malu straightens up. Plenty of experience, Eko Malu. Spent some time with the Hawk Hornets and the Fox before coming across to Northcote. Some murmurs around that he may be headed out south to Papakura actually this year, but he remains in Tigers colours. Now Daniels, now they've got a bit of an advantage out here on this right edge if they can get it there. Tully perhaps wisely heads back in field. Last tackle. And it's going to be a pretty slow one. He's in some trouble here as Tully. Time is off. He took a bit of a hit there, I think, and some concern being shown by one of the Papakura players as well.
9.
So we've got a change upcoming as well. Sheldon Rogers about to enter the fray again for Phoenix Hunt. Had some nice touches, didn't he, Phoenix Hunt, the young dummy half. Made a good break in the late in the first half. It was actually his run that got Casey Smith Simbin. So,
and I think as soon as he came on too, you see the rhythm changed a wee bit. Just added that little bit more speed to the group of players.
There's going to be a penalty at the end of that, so I think a little foul play perhaps involved in that one. Look to tap and go, and well, I like their chances there because Daniels was going to be running at much smaller men.
The Tigers are going to be happy with that sort of effort as they wait for their man to come back on.
Vitini Boa goes short, very close now, right up against the SAS upright. Finorta it was at the line. Xavier Rice spreads it. Malu, footwork, look out, Eko Malu dancing his way through. Kimiwasi comes in, Eko Ifo finishes it.
So they did well to tie him up.
Right up against the line here. Papakura, what have they got defensively? They were excellent in the first half. Tiaho, Daniels, dummies, Daniels, he's just about gone right through. Good tackle down low by Evian Hunt. Admirable defence here from the Seagulls, but how long can they hold on for? Last tackle coming up. Eko Malu, kicking behind, it's scrappy, ball's bouncing everywhere. Jamal Hunt's picked it up. And I think there's going to be a knock on there against Papakura at the end of it. So poor old Jamal Hunt, not really prop territory, is it? Fielding those low kicks there, did a pretty good job of it.
I think the ball was going one way, his body weight was going the other, and he managed to, do the best he can. And they get ready now to pack in for a scrum.
And Troy, I think you touched on it earlier. We've seen a lot of these sort of low kicks in this game, but also particularly a lot of deflected kicks as well. Whether that's been a deliberate tactic or not, given the conditions, I'm not sure.
I think probably, again, back to the weather again, the moisture's played a part in it. The ball's not really hitting up on the ground. It's skimming, it's skidding, it's, and causing trouble for both sides. And opportunities arise, and, you've seen some guys capitalise on it.
Finorta now thinking about the offload, eventually taken down by Evian Hunt, who's been pretty good in defence today, has the little number 7. Vitini Boa, Xavier Rice, dummies. Northcote, just a reminder, are back to their full complement now. Casey Smith back on the field. Vitini Boa goes short side. Tiaho leaves the ball behind. Was that touched? Bit of a wrestle on for the ball now. Play on is the call. Manueli Vitini Boa picks it up. 10 metres out from the line. That's scrappy stuff there from Northcote.
Surely we can't be too far off the end of the bin time.
Malu dinks a little kick in behind. Was Dylan Moses tackled off the ball there? He certainly went down, had a look at the referee. Play on is the call. So Papakura holds strong on their line. Further frustrating this Northcote team. Whose defence, to their credit, has been pretty good, but just have not been able to get anything going in attack so far. Sheldon Rogers, fresh back on the park. Huge contact there, led by Eddie Finorta, and finished off by Joe Bywater. Willie Stowers now kicks long, finds space in behind. It's a very long kick. In fact, it's too long, it's gone dead.
Peeled off a few metres on that one.
Also on a day like this, once that wind gets behind it, there's no stopping the ball. Seen a couple of kickoffs go dead as well throughout the day.
Double pump the whistle there, not sure what for. Just pleased that the rain has broken for this match, other than them just having to deal with the wind.
For those
Something's
Crown
coming.
Lift Truck Shaman
Players
Cups
coming off.
fans, perhaps
Sorry,
take a little look in the background there, and as we can see there, Troy, sorry to interrupt you, there is certainly a player in a fair bit of discomfort there. I think it looks like Ropati by first sight. So we wait for an update on that one, but just a little look at some of the other results around the grounds today in the Crown Lift Trucks Shaman Cup. And it was the Ponsonby Ponies who won 24-12 over the Manuel Marlins in our live stream game earlier. Bay Roskill at halftime, they're up 26-0 over the Northern Brothers. Yellesley Eagles with a comfortable 22-4 lead over the Otara Scorpions at the break. The Papatoetoe Panthers 12-10 leaders over the Franklin Storm. And the Waitamata Seagulls 4-0 up against the Pakuranga Jaguars. Vitini Boer jumps into dummy half now as the wind really starts to pick up here at Birkenhead War Memorial. The television shots perhaps not quite doing justice to just how bad the conditions are here now. Smith tackled down low right on halfway in front of the commentary booth here. And the boys just exchanging a couple
Invites
of hellos.
to the barbecue.
Yes, indeed. And it's going to go Papakura's way at the end of it all. So Taylor Daniels heading out for a chat with our referee.
Just as they do so, big thank you once again to SAS Sports in Apparel, the major sponsors of the SAS Fox Memorial, along with Ctas, our live stream partners, bringing you the images today in a wind-battered War Memorial Park as we get set now to reset the scrum.
Junior Napara, in his first year with Papakura, spent some time down in the Waikato playing sevens, also a county sevens rep. And on the league front, has played for both Mangere East and Howick. Sheldon Rogers now pushing blokes out of the way at the bottom of the play of the ball. Zion Tassesi back on the field. He was very good in the opening stint. Rogers shuffles play on to Stowers. They go out the back now and bring Nati in on the play now. Phoenix Hunt, who has moved to right centre in place of the injured Ropati. Stowers. Back towards the middle of the park now, Nati. They come out towards this left edge now, Kura. They've got a little bit of space there. He was eyeing up the pass. Has the ball spilt loose? It has. I think it'll be a knock-on against Papakura at the end of all that. Could see he had his winger unmarked there, but under the weight of a couple of would-be tacklers, ball comes loose. So 56 minutes gone, and it is the Manaia Homes Papakura Seagulls who hold the 10-point advantage. Northcote unable to get over the line so far. Both sides have defended really well. So the Tigers now to work it out, 10 metres off their line. Great line speed from Papakura now. They're going to spread the ball out though, promoting a little bit of second phase Northcote. They need to bust this game open somehow. Is that off the back of an offload? Very slow play of the ball, far too slow in fact, and penalty is blown. So back into it we go. Dylan Moses now takes Northcote up over halfway. Shomkul follows it up. This is good work from the Northcote middles. Starting to make some momentum in the middle of the park. Eddie Finoa. Xavier Rice looks left, finds Malu, cut out pass now, they're going to spin it wide. Tuigamala stays in field. Donnelly to Moses at first receiver. Moses to Shomkul. Takes a couple with him. Good tackle over the top by Jamal Hunt. Malu goes to the line, dribbles a kick in behind. Tiaho's chasing. Ball's been flicked back in field. Hang on, we've got a loose ball here. We're going to wait for confirmation. It is going to be a line dropout, I believe our referee has pointed to, or is that going to be a point to the Papakura ball? Wait for confirmation here. But the execution still just lacking for this Northcote team, who are doing all the right things in the build-up, but just can't quite take that final step to get over the line. So it is going to be a dropout. So back-to-back sets coming up for the Tigers. Scrappy kick down low. Tiaho traps it with the foot. Hands it off to Eddie Finota. The 28-year-old Pakuranga Jaguars Jr. Daniels now says, give me a turn. Takes it back towards the middle of the park. Centralizes play for the Tigers. Playmakers on either side. Fighting for that quick play of the ball, Daniels. They go short to Shomkul. Vetinabua testing out that marker defense, but boy, they are just super impressive on their line today, Papakura. Rice, Tiaho thinks about going to Daniels, throws a big cutout pass there to James Waterson. And there it is, the breakthrough try for the Northcote Tigers. We wait for confirmation from our referee on the pass. But it is indeed a try, so the Northcote Tigers hit back via James Waterson in the corner. Let's take a look on the SAS replay. It goes to Jordan Tiaho here, who thinks about turning Daniels on the inside. Instead throws the big pass over, suck the winger in, and then from there, Waterson just has to catch and ground. Nice work there, finally over the line, the Northcote Tigers, and I dare say, Troy, breathing a bit of a sigh of relief after that one.
Well, they've been down here in the territory for some time, and they've managed to try and to finally convert some points. To be fair, you know, the majority of the game, territory's really been Tigers' way, and the 2, 3, 4 times that the Seagulls have come out, they've managed to put points on the board, so they'll be having a conversation down there with their trainers, I'm sure. Tigers, however, as you said, will be a sigh of relief, getting some points on the board. This is going to be a tough kick out wide, though. Head coach there yelling out some instructions to the team. He's going to have to get somebody to hold the ball. Maybe that's what it is.
And just on Jeff Morton, Troy, what a job he's done with this team. A couple of years ago, they narrowly avoided relegation from the Fox. And then last year really just came of age as a squad. 5th position at the end of the regular season. Has built a really positive culture here and also brought through some really good young players as well.
Yeah, and you know, and obviously with Dylan Moses coming back, they've got a good talent group there. And you know, we interviewed Taylor Daniels at the beginning of the year, as we did with all of the captains. One of the things he mentioned was that, you know, all the young guys are now coming into 27, 26, you know, that sort of age group, and they're all getting ready now to step up.
So Casey Smith, the holder for the kick, doing it NFL style today. Daniels hits it, and it's well and truly out to the right. So score remains Papakura Seagulls, sorry. Almost forgot what team we were streaming there today. It is the Papakura Seagulls 10, Northcote Tigers 4. But you do get the feeling that Northcote will take plenty of confidence out of that one. They had been trying and trying, but Papakura just kept denying them on the line. Finally got over for a try. How does that change the dynamic?
Well, mate, I think, you know, if Papakura Seagulls maintain completing 6 and they get a wee bit more territory down here, we might see, again, I come back to Willie Stow's kicks. They've been the danger in the side. And he's not only peeled off meters in the game, but he's also, you know, turned them into weapons when they've scored out wide. So, great run back. Great return. Looks like the Tigers might have their tails up. And I think, too, having 10 minutes with 12 players on the field, they certainly, you know, take a wee bit of confidence out of that.
Yep, they have plenty of reason to believe in themselves right now, the Tigers, because they've been playing pretty good footy despite being behind on the scoreboard. That's another good carry there by Finota. He's super impressive, this guy. Tuigamala bravely takes it into the heart there. Xavier Rice. Slightly built Rice,
Yeah.
but boy, he gets through some work.
Vertically sidestepping straight into the defence line there.
Kick put in over the top, fielded at the back by Napara, who fends his way through a couple, eventually taken down. Vitiniabua finishes it off. He's perhaps a little bit of cramp there at the end of that one.
Mate, I've got cramps sitting here. It's that cold and windy and wet. And just on that, to all the Tiger fans that are in the clubhouse there today, hope you're enjoying the live stream match. And big shout out to all you guys there, you know, passionate supporters. Great to have you down here today watching your Prem team up in the big clash against the Papakura Sea Eagles. Referee says play on.
Good two-man tackle there. Good enthusiasm
Boy's
in
trying to
defence
shake
here.
it, isn't he?
Hunt gets his kick. Fielded at the back by Tully, who's got some open space to work with here. Tully. Good chase by Hunt. Helped along by Tasesi. We've still got a Papakura player down in back play. You have to wonder if that's perhaps a little more than cramp. Troy, he's been down for a minute or so now. So Papakura restricted to 12 men on the defensive line.
They're helping him up now in the back plate. He's trying to run it off.
Finota takes it forward. Look out for the second phase here. Moses was running through, hanging off the shoulder. Second effort in the tackle, and all of a sudden things are starting to turn here. You get the feeling Northcote are building. And Papakura for the last 5 or 10 minutes really battling. Nalu kicks for touch. It's been touched there, perhaps a little fortuitous there, kicking right into the wind.
Must have been outside of play. Here come the Tigers again. And they've had a lot of territory, haven't they?
They have indeed. Let's see what they can make of it. Trent Schonkel, the former Mount Albert Lion. Vetani Abua now jumps out. Inside the 10. How long can they hold on here, Papakura? A mountain of pressure going on the Sea Eagles side. Schonkel just about wore the brunt of a shot there from Mercury Liafa. Tiaho. Oh, has to surrender himself, and that's an ugly one. And I'm not sure there was anything intentional in that one, Troy, but he got into a dangerous position there and was put down with plenty of force. So it's Sam Ika-Hifo, and he's going to go to the bin for that. He is going to go to the bin. Tasesi pleading his case, but boy, that was dangerous, and we're just thankful everyone got up okay from that one, because...
And I think too that, you know, fairly big guy on a little guy, just probably body position, you know.
Absolutely,
but he's not wearing it, and now Kura down. They're going to have to tackle and scramble hard on the line now, because here come the Tigers.
Hunt comes in to finish Finota off around the leg, so this is a huge test now for Papakura. Tiaho misses his captain out. They're going to go wide. James Waterson. He's over in the corner here, James Waterson. We wait for confirmation from our referee, who points to the spot. And let's take a look at the replay for that one, because it was a nicely worked move by the Northcote Tigers here. and straight away making the most of that numbers advantage. You see here, Veti and Boer looking inside, instead goes out. Tiaho finds
not enough there,
Smith, and then from there, Waterson just finishes nicely in the corner.
Yeah, the chat certainly picked up in the Northcote camp now. And it looks like they'll get another holder down for the conversion attempt.
James Waterson, he can find his way to the try line. Scored a number of tries already this season. Finished nicely there after Jordan Tiaho summed things up nicely. We highlighted Jordan earlier, the 20-year-old up from Christchurch, one of the real standouts over the opening few rounds. And again, Taylor Daniels will require a holder for the kick. So his first one never looked like being on target. Will he make the appropriate adjustment? All very well saying make the adjustment, but the wind here is
A lot of shifts, yeah.
blowing all over the show, ladies and gentlemen. So to tie the game up,
Waiting for a lull.
hits it. This one's a little bit better from Daniels. Coming around.
Oh,
And just
Off
away.
the
That's a
crossbar.
cruel one off the crossbar. What an attempt there from Taylor Daniels from the sideline. But the score remains. Mania Holmes, Papakura Seagulls 10. North City Reinforcement, Northcote Tigers 8.
So we come down to a cliffhanger now. And the question is, will the Sea Eagles get back into this, get some territory, and put a couple more points on the board down there? Because they seem to be camped inside their half for the big part of this game.
And Papakura will be down to 12 men for about the next 6 minutes as well. So what role does that play in this one?
8 minutes as I get the nod from a stalwart from the club, Wally. He won't be happy with the result, I can tell you.
Stowers gets us back underway.
Coming deep, off the back fence.
Shomkul taking it forward. You wonder now about mindset as well, Troy. Papakura denied in heartbreaking circumstances last week. How has that affected their psyche? Without a victory this year, how is their confidence as they get into these sort of situations? All these things factor in as we head into what shapes as a thrilling final 10 minutes now. Malu turns Dylan Moses back inside. Had some nice touches in his return to Northcote, has Dylan, playing a bit of a reduced role. But I would think he will pretty quickly find his way back into the starting lineup, whether that be as an edge second row or a middle forward.
Yeah, he'll play his way back into the team as the season wears on. I don't think there was too much in the way of pre-season for Dylan. But that said, class act, he'll be back and no problem there. With a nice little touch through, kick through.
Yeah, well-weighted kick there. They pin them right on the line, so they've got them where they want them here, Northcote. Can ill afford a penalty. Discipline, hugely important here for the Tigers now. Papakura, it's time to muscle up, get themselves out of trouble here, get to a kick. They sit on a 2-point lead. Jamal Hunt, who has been their best on field so far, I dare say.
Need to show a little bit of patience here. They've got to just, mount a little bit of pressure and complete their 6, get them out of the, 20s. And the
Put
20
the
down
offload
here.
away for a few minutes, Troy, as you say, because second phase is not the name of the game right now for Papakura. Stowers, they're going to kick deep in territory here.
Got it covered. Beautiful
Fielded
catch.
nicely by Donnelly. So once again, advantage Northcote in the field positioning stakes. Stowers had to kick from about 10 metres off his line on that occasion. Ball's loose. Is that a knock-on or a penalty? It's going to be a penalty. And do you look to the posts? 2 points. They trail. A shot at goal from almost in front, but it is from 40 metres out.
No.
What's the thinking?
That's too hard. Kick for line, run it. The wind's just too difficult.
Yeah, Eko Malo agrees. Kicks for touch. It's a pretty good touch finder as well. So Here we go. The biggest set of the game so far. Northcote, 15 metres off the line. Vetiniabua is the man charged with the first carry. Watch out on the edges. That's where, if there is a gap, Papakura are going to be exposed. They're down to 12 men. Xavier Rice. Malu. They go to the edge. Moses. Dylan Moses. He's over. Dylan Moses. That's the go-ahead try. They work down the left hand.
Points to the club room and says, "Mum, I'm home."
So there we go. Has Dylan Moses just capped a dream return to the Northcote Tigers? Let's take a look on the SAS Fox Memorial replay. And they come out towards this left edge here, and then Moses sells them on the dummy. Over he goes. And look at the ball boy in the background, just as happy as Dylan himself. As you mentioned, Troy, the hand goes up to the club rooms. I dare say Mum Bobby will be up on the feet for that one as well. So Dylan Moses gives them the lead, but still plenty left in this game. Papakura soon to be returned to their full complement of players. In the meantime, Taylor Daniels faced with a difficult kick from out towards the left of the posts.
And to the young fellow who's in hospital been watching this, I hope you enjoyed that. You know, good to see the Cuzzy bro in on the far side there for a try, and I dare say Bobby now will be shouting everybody inside the club rooms. Bobby better not be coming out here to talk to me.
Poor Bobby.
Hey,
What have we signed her up for? Anyway, Moses now to attempt the conversion. They sit on a 2-point lead. They had the chance to take the 2 earlier.
And it was looking dangerous on both sides. Taylor Daniels was out here on the right side, you know, and he's proven to be always a massive threat. And they chose to, you know, pick Moe up over there on the left. And the rest, as you know, here we are now waiting for a conversion on the point scored.
Wasn't a lot Papakura could really do in that situation, Troy. When you're down to 12 men like that, you have to be aggressive and come out of the line and shut it down. And Moses just sold them on the dummy there and strolled through in the end. So this kick could end up being fairly important if there is an unconverted try scored at the other end.
It's a toughie. He might have got the lull on that.
Daniels hits it, and it's just away. But boy, credit to him. He's hit the last 2 pretty nicely given the conditions, but the score remains North City Reinforcement, Northcote Tigers 12, Manaia Homes, Papakura Seagulls 10. 5 minutes to go here at Birkenhead War Memorial Park.
Oh, somebody's bringing my Toblerone back in from the forest.
So Stowers to get us back underway. It's a long one. Down to the corner, juggled, boy. Nervous times here for Jeff Morton and Roman Heffel as this game hangs in the balance. Vetiniabua, who has worked super hard since coming onto the field. Jump out of dummy half now, getting a bit of a roll on here in Northcote. Tuigamala involved as well. Wasi finishes them off. Xavier Rice, hint of a forward pass there. Daniels goes to the line now, Daniels. Finota takes a couple with him, gets the offload away. They've got numbers out here on the left edge. Watch out, here come the Northcote Tigers. Well scrambled though by Papakura. They get there in numbers.
Good
Mercury
tackle.
Liafa finishes off down low. Vetiniabua goes short side. Moses back inside the Tully. Tully's going to go very, very close. Samuel Nutty underneath. What's the call from our referee? Points to the spot, and it is all good. See here on the replay here, Dylan Moses' little inside ball on that occasion to Amoa Tully. And despite a valiant effort from Samuel Nati down low, crashes over the line and gets there. And you could see on that occasion, perhaps the defenders on edge as Moses got the ball, Troy, and on that time just drops it back to the fullback on the inside.
He probably didn't want to get 2 on his first day back, did he? Another tough kick to follow. Try and get an indicative time on what's left in the bin.
So Daniels now to attempt the conversion, and should this go over, you would think it could just about be the game. It will take it out to a 2-score lead. Nalu Tuigamala, the holder on this occasion, has hit the last two fairly nicely.
Went dark there all of a sudden.
So huge kick coming up here. Daniels braces, waits for a break in the wind. Hits it, struck it pretty nicely, but it's gone well away to the left in the end. So the score remains Northcote Tigers 16, Papakura Sea Eagles 10. So watch out for the short restart here. You would think that's certainly the option Papakura are going to go with. By our count, just over a minute remaining here at Birkenhead War Memorial Park. We are down to the champion minutes. The Northcote Tigers, they didn't lead this game until about the 75th minute, but have finished with a flurry. It's a short one down towards the corner, picked up by Northcote, who just need to make sure they don't make a mistake here. Good first up contact led by Ika Hifo.
They've certainly got to show some urgency now around this line speed.
Daniels tucks it under the wing. Plenty of talk going on in back play. Tiaho marshalling the troops. Shomko brings in 3 defenders. Still can't get in the ground. Ball's flying out the back. Whether that was deliberate or not too sure. Dylan Moses now gets it on the edge. Spreading play. They're going to keep playing footy here on this Northcote team. Not content to tuck it under the wing and protect this 6-point lead. Moses. Rice takes them up over halfway. Nice little kick over the top there. Turns Nati around, finds a bit of space. Good chase as well by Tully. Very slow play of the ball. Great line speed from Northcote. Boy, they've come to life in the last few minutes, haven't they, Troy? Xavier Rice finishes off over the top. Penalty at the end of it, so here we go. There's more drama to come yet. There will be a fair bit more time left than it's indicated on our clock, ladies and gentlemen.
80 minutes to travel. 80 metres to travel. I've just peeled off a wee bit of that.
Great line speed from Northcote, who are playing with energy like it's the first minute. What a day it would be. Dylan Moses returns, scores the go-ahead try, and you secure a come-from-behind victory. But Papakura have got other ideas. They have their eyes set on their first victory of the season. Now they work down the short side. Great carry forward there by Footy, who scored a lovely try in the first half. They come back towards the middle of the park. Looking for a gap. Is there one there? Rogers hands it off to Stowers. Have we got some Willie Stowers magic yet to come? Spreads the ball wide here now. It's on down the short side. Nicely cleaned up though by Ted Donnelly. And Northcote all of a sudden slowing things down. Northcote now work it out, 20 metres off their line. Just need to complete their sets here. A bit of a messy play of the ball. Heart in the mouth stuff for Jeff Morton, coach of the Northcote side. Siren goes in the background. Tuigamala goes to ground, and that'll do it, ladies and gentlemen. A come-from-behind victory for the North City Reinforcement Northcote Tigers, 16 points to 10 over the Manaia Homes Papakura Sea Eagles. A cruel result for the Sea Eagles after they were denied in the final minute last week against Point Chevalier by a field goal, this time run down in the final 10 minutes by the Northcote Tigers, but it's a fairy tale finish for the Tigers. Dylan Moses, the prodigal son, returns, scores out wide to give them the lead before Amoa Tully finishes it off with a try assisted by Dylan Moses. Well done to both teams on a fantastic game. Do stay with us, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be hearing from the respective captains of both teams at the conclusion of this one. So we'll be back in just a minute's time with those interviews and analysis.
Live League action. In 2018, the Auckland Rugby League is putting the game in your hands. Never miss a hit from New Zealand's premier rugby league competition. Run it straight to the breakfast team Fridays from 8:20 a.m. when they tackle the toughest competition in town. To get the inside edge on where you can watch the action live and free, head up aucklandleague.co.nz. Live League action. aucklandleague.co.nz.